Hey guys, welcome back to another Pro 632 radio show. Today, joining myself, we have Vinny Larrosa, a racer of the past who had some bad experiences of engine detonation and destruction, like myself, and was out for a long time. And surprise to myself, he popped up in my lawn over the last weekend with the outlaw class up there. Welcome, Vinny, back to the Pro 632 Racing.
Thank you very much. Glad to be here.
Why don't you give us a little background so everybody knows? You've been on hiatus there for a little bit.
Yeah, I've been a little bit, down and out for a little bit. Got a little sick in between after the engine explosion and over the winter, and started some new stuff, and had a pulmonary embolism. So got sick, and so everything took hold. And the process, Patrick, of putting one of these motors together, it's not like saying, oh, let's build a big block. It's everything, numbers right. Everything's got to be perfect because we're playing in thousandths of a second and we're looking for everything. So out of a 632. So,
Give me a minute.
just digging in, working, just taking care of what I need to take care of myself personally, and, getting right with myself was first, honestly. Through the process, I knew I'd had the car. Everything else, I've been working on. So getting better is, for me personally, that was my thing, is just health wise. Number one, the car was going to be there. But I miss it. I missed it. It was a feeling like no other, getting in that car again. Just the fire up, the burnout. I don't even know how far I was at the burnout. I know I let off the gas on the burnout because we were way out there. But it was great to be in the car again. It was the same feeling that, you get at Christmas time when you're 5 years old on steroids. So, and until you're in a car in competition, release a button, drop a clutch, do anything, you can only explain it. You can't let them feel it. And I mean, even if, seeming to go to the track, see the cars live, it's different when you're in that seat, feeling it on your outer thighs, and you're controlling it that way, so, but I mean, it's definitely a good place to be. I like this class. I like this group. This group deserves to grow. That's why I built another one. I went from 14.5 degrees to 11-degree dart. We're racing, got Vince Corey power with the car. Great piece from a great guy, great family of all racers, and it's a strong piece. So we're gonna have some teething a little bit, and with now I sort of fast tracked it. I asked Jamie Miller to step up a little bit and step up for us and tune the car, and he graciously said hell yeah, and we rolled from there from the first test. Saw a couple things right off the bat, made a couple swipes, changed something on the car, and straight as a string. And we got, like I said, we had bad fluid in the transmission. It was my fault. We were going through it, and I just locked it down for first round. Other than that, we're ready to fly again, and trying to go testing. Trying to play pro mod, a little bit.
How fast was the class when you last race?
Basically same. If you want to get technically with it, you just have a couple more cars running in the teens. Other than the couple of the O hitters, but that's like all the stars aligning, the 08s, 09s and stuff like that. I mean, plus a little technology's gotten a little bit better. But I mean, it's there. I mean, if you can run a 20, 21 and do your job as a driver, and which I know I can. Um, some of the guys that are averaging, medium lights, you guys are in trouble because a lot of people are stepping up. I'm coming in. I'm going to race hard. I'm going to make up whatever the car doesn't have at the moment, and let the car come into itself. But I take pride in what I do, you know, being methodical, getting, over and over doing the same thing, getting it right and making it tight. I mean, I'm a racer. That's I do best.
The
That's
only way you can do that is out there testing
yeah.
regularly. And you said prior to the show kicking off, you said you're going to go out to the race this weekend and do some testing / racing. How's that look for the weekend?
Well, we were actually going to go to Milan for tests because they had one for today from like 3 to 9, and that got rained out. I figured I was going to do that. It's the local ones because I mean, honestly, spend $40 and go test a car. I mean, it's reality. It's there, but to get where I want to go, to have the tuner there, I'll chase him wherever I can get to him. He's a very super busy person. I mean, literally 2 days ago, he was at New England Dragway, working on Manny Pachanga's old car. The red, white, and blue one. Now it's all black, and the sun's racing. I mean, he's everywhere. So, like I said, trying to get the car up to speed so I can race with you guys. I don't want to just show up to have, I'm a class filler, whatever. I want to race. I want what you guys got, and I'm going to try as hard as I can to get it. That's why I'm saying if anybody's slipping, I'm going to go right by you.
You got to be on that tree, right?
I'm going to be. I'm going to be, without a doubt. I mean, seriously, right off the bat, my first light, it was like a 25, 23, 14. It's like it just
break for like a year or two. So you're like, you have
I haven't been in that car. That car hasn't run in over 3.5 years.
See what I mean? So you're like a new driver. You got no bad habits anymore.
I know new bad habits.
It's that
so I tell you one thing. Because I live in Waterford, Michigan. So if right now it's Car Central, my 70-something-year-old neighbor's driving around in a Maverick with no hood on it, and it's a stick car, and it's loud as hell, and he's grabbing gears and going, and I bumped into the light with him with my dually just to keep my juice going. But yeah, yeah, so I got to stay away from cars on the street. I'll get in trouble. That's why I drive trucks. It's too much fun, but I like the car. I like the track. I can't wait to get back there. It's just the people. And it was fun. First day at the track, and we were already putting kids in the car. And I had literally 2 kids, and one of the kids came in. I think he was like 8 or 9 years old, and he wasn't even supposed to be there. 2 weeks. He was supposed to pass away 2 weeks prior from rare cancer, and gave him some shirts and made his day. Father came back. I mean, it was a good feeling. It's what I was supposed to be. I was supposed to be there. We weren't. I got the car ready. He was fighting. We had some issues in getting it. It's just, the fit and finish stuff with billet, and nothing fits as it should. And, but it worked. Danny's been helping me out. He was crewing on the car. So just give me here and here. We had another guy, Mike, giving us a hand, a friend that I met through Danny. So good people. Like I said, I asked Jamie to help us out, and he graciously did. So, and just looking at what I have and what the things he can see on it is so worth it. I know that he's helped out other programs in different areas. I mean, he's an asset to this sport. And his son, just everybody. I mean, it's a tight ship. Just looking at them and watching them in the professional level, it's ridiculous. It's just they call out the shots for the car, what it's going to run, to literally almost to the thousands, and they're hitting it. I mean, it's incredible. So, but just the stuff that they know, I want to learn, I want to see. So I'm learning more in the car. Danny's learning more with the computer too with me. I'm going to have Clyde come back when he can. I'm trying to drag him up. If I could have got him to Ohio, I would have.
You're short to help for Ohio, right? So you're looking for
right. Yeah. So I'm looking for somebody, I mean, I got maintenance. It's not too bad. Literally we're doing leak down and checking valve spring pressures, just the normal stuff and plugs. We're not even hot on this car yet. We're just doing A to Bs right now. I mean, I don't even think I think it wasn't even a high number going out the back door. So it makes good power. But yeah, I'm looking for a little help. Um, so I'm just like some testing on Thursday and doing a couple qualifying passes on Friday. And I'm sure there's going to be more than enough pro mods to qualify, So I'm just looking to get some laps. I'm sure there'll be a full field and I won't be in it. But again, getting some exposure out there, getting the car out there, getting some laps. I mean, that's all I want to do. I mean, it's a good feel. The combination, I feel, once it's tweaked, once they get the stator thing going, the converter, it will be good. Um, so plus I got a couple other stators with that either which way. So if it's a little unhappy, we can work with it. But,
What you said earlier about getting the kids in the car, seeing that excitement. I know Jason, he loves doing that too. And a lot of people do it. And that's the core foundation of the next generation of racers.
Right.
Period. In making that excitement is bringing that to them and saying, hey, this is what it is and what it feels like, because that puts a smile on your face, especially if they were having that kind of situation.
100%. And would sort of hurt me in the beginning. The tent that I run, I call it Bozo's Big Top. I got it from the Holdorf. It's a badass tent from Prodigy. Right. So it was a nice tent, right? 3-pole thing's huge. I had all the sides on it, right? Had it there because of the wind and we had rain, the thing. I should have taken the sides off to drop it so to show off the car. As soon as I did that, on like after we went out first round, stuff like that, we had the sides off the car apart. It had an unbelievable amount of flow of kids, people wanted to see the car. I mean, I gave away a bunch of shirts to kids. I had a bunch of smalls and stuff, so I was giving that away. I sold some stuff that I had. Just doing the thing. It was nice, but as soon as the sides came off, the draw came in of that car, and it was immense. So it was. I mean, I drew in the guy from Darrow, from the IHRA. He took pictures. He came in to see the car, and it was nice. I mean, it was just
guy.
Yeah, no, again, and obviously he's a big green guy, so that's like into my thing. That's why I was like, I want to support. I mean, I got no horse in this race. I'm going here to test. I'd love to test. I mean, it's extra to do, but I'm supporting that guy because he doesn't have to feed anybody. He doesn't have to give you 80 pounds of ice on the first day, then 40 pounds every other day. Okay, he doesn't have to do that, but he does. I mean, they go around, and if you're not there, they leave it right there. Everything, whatever you need, it can happen. I like the feeling where even, I mean, the sportsman people, like you call top sportsman, top drag, everybody was treated well. I mean, we all mixed well. Even the pros. I mean, everybody's approachable. Everybody likes the drag race. It's not NASCAR. You can come into the pits and talk to them. It's just some of these people need a little help. So I tell them every time they get near the car, I'm like, come on in. It's not NASCAR. You can come in. You can look at the car. I got nothing to hide. I got carburetors. It's not like I get fuel injection, or whatever. I'm in the Stone Age stuff. Wait. But I will be converting. I am converting to fuel tech on the electric side for now. I'm just waiting to make some moves because I'm going to take out.
What ignition do you have right now?
I have a race pack and I have the grid.
Okay, so you're going to transition to fuel tech.
Yeah, so I'm going to transition to fuel tech on all the electric and the monitoring sides. Ignition, I'm going to go to coil on plug. So I can, Jamie can talk to the car remote, with on one page. Instead of right now, I got like say 5 pages open at the bottom, me screening and scrolling and trying to make heads or tails because of the programs that are in the car and the dips and stuff. Trying to just seeing what it was and trying to where we're going to be at for starting on wheel speed, we'll call it. I mean, we haven't. I mean, I only get 2 runs were on motor, and the rest were. I had a couple on the sprint. We try to do the first test, but on the first test, I popped epoxy off one of my intake runners. A small hole came into the intake because I have a Chevy pattern block, a 10-4 block, dart block. It's not an X pattern. So to fit my push rods, I had to do a little bit elongate and whatever, and it got in. So we had a little epoxy that came through. So Danny, Danny Percassi, he's a woodworker. So anything with putty, anything with caulking, I don't touch it. Let him do it. He did all that stuff. We made motor passes, plugs look great, everything was fine. Made nitrous passes, everything's fine. Until we get it apart and like weld it up and get it fixed, and it's good for now. I mean, epoxy's everywhere, so I'm not worried about it. But yeah, it was nice sealed up, nice HRE intake, bullet cam. It's a 15.5-to-1 compression motor. Um, and I mean, and if I want to be in, I mean, we could, so I'm up at Milan. So if I wanted to, my car is built for two kits, wired. So I can literally put the second one on it, put weight on it, um, and just change my head gaskets. So, and give my volume back. So, because I can play two kits with say a 50 thou gasket, or I can do the single kit on the third. So, and that's what we got. But I mean, it's a bad little piece. I can't wait to open her up. Like let her stretch her legs. I call her the dependent. So 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 here's
Wasn't
the
it
thing.
called the unit before?
Well, she is. It's a unit because everybody that's surrounded. So the car's original name is the Feather Duster. The car is built as a theft recovery car back in '74. The guy Dave Riley and Bob Randstrom, they put this car together for $5,000. They bought the car and built it. But Dave Riley was a Chevy guy and a gearbox. I said, if I'm going to do this car, it's going to be Chevy powered and it's going to be gearbox. So, and that's what it was. And back in '75, my car was on the Gator National starting line. And it ran 1104 at 125 with a 311-inch small block, the DZ motor. I mean, it wasn't that far behind Pro Stock, and the car weighed 3,300 pounds. I think it was 3,400 pounds. It's in the magazine. It's actually, they have it as the first recorded conversion car in the country back in '74. Like in the book, it was called Hot Cars. I get the magazine in my laptop bag. But yeah, it holds history. That's why it's that car. And I mean, car looks fast as it's sitting. Um, you know, so that's
Go back to something that we talked about earlier. It was mentioned about family stuff and stuff like that. And I've been doing a lot of searching and going through some stuff, and I noticed like the family part has been taken away from drag racing in a sense of big money races. So we don't have the Night of Fires, the Night of Funny Cars, wheel standers. We don't have that. For us in Florida, it was the Citrus Nationals. Vinny, back home, it was the Night of Fire we had, and we also had the Colonial Classic and all that stuff back home. And I just looking at different tracks down here in Florida, and the only one that me and Patrick found that had something was Gainesville.
right.
Had one out of the whole year, when West Palm used to have something like that once every 2 months. And I think that just went away. So there's really no reason. I don't want to say, I don't know how to say this right, but there's really no reason for a kid wanting to go to the racetrack to see a pro mod, because he really doesn't know what a pro mod is, but he knows what a jet car is, and he knows what a funny car is, and he knows what a wheel stander is. And I think
honestly, yeah.
Once they go, they see that, then they want to see the Feather Duster, then they want to see Public Enemy or the other.
Jason, I'm going to be honest with you right there. And David Swallow said it once before when we first come up to Milan. We put Wes's car against my car. It was literally, say, two people come to look at Wes's car, and I'd have 30 looking at my car. And it's not to put down his car. What I'm saying is, the kids relate to the real cars still. You know what I mean? That's why Donald Long's races were really, like, they were catchy, because a lot of the cars were, street cars. They look like that. They fit the bill. And then they got to the pro mod. Nothing wrong with them, just swoopy, but there was a lot of good cars that, that still were fast, and people like, oh, I want to go to the newest, greatest thing, and they went that way. I just put it on for anything. Look at Kai Kelly's car. That was the '84 Camaro. He won a '59 and won the Winter Nationals things in pro mod. in a car that he races. You know, dude, if we put power in my car, hell, I'd do that. You know,
And
just
that's
I
why
mean, anything could
I
be
don't
done.
believe giving anybody in the class a weight break for a steel body car, because he can go out there and run with a pro mod, with a steel body
Well,
That's
car.
just proof.
Well, it's just I get steel roofing quarters in the inner shell, and I have steel rockers. So all that, it's just not my fault that Troy built it light. And it's pretty light with me in it now since I only weigh 165 pounds. So,
What is your
um,
kit without you in it? Was it weigh? If you have no ballast in it,
um, I well, if you want to call the PDRA rule book thing, if you want to talk about the wheelbase thing and
no.
my
I just asking
body.
how much your car itself weighs.
Well, minus the ones. So I
He doesn't want
have,
to answer you, Patrick.
no, I gotta think. I no. I gotta think of weight bars. So I have a couple of different weight bars in. So we gotta minus them out. So I have a 13-pound battery in the back. That's just a weight right now because I had to put a new Detroit battery in it. So I get a new 7-pounder. So I basically I got to take that out, and I have 26 pounds in the front. Um, and I think I had like 10 pounds next to the driver's side, but I scaled out pretty well. And I came in, you'll love this one. My first run, 3.5 years, I was supposed to put it in at 2550, and I was flickering the bulb between 2545 and 2550. And I put the battery in it weighs 7 pounds, and literally we were locked in at 2550.
So
So
you're
we hit the number. Well,
you
no,
got
the
a,
car. I mean, honestly, the weight out 24. With me in it, without the weight, 2450. It can win.
and that's a steel roof car, right?
Yes,
So
yes,
people complaining about weight, yeah. I mean, you got an old heavy tank and it doesn't weigh nothing because it was built right
right.
for weight reduction. So there is no reason to say, hey, yeah, you got a steel roof and quarters, go give them 50 pounds. No, there ain't no reason for that shit.
Well, I mean, if you guys are giving it to the Chevelle A bodies and that stuff, it works for a Duster A body. You know,
Not by anybody's choice on this screen, I can tell you that.
I
My,
know.
my two my 2 cents worth on rules. The less, the better.
I'm with that too. I mean, they get the rules pretty decent up here at Milan for the weight and what they can run and the jetting. I'm with the bringing it down to single kit stuff, but other people are running other programs, and it's comparable. It's being policed. It's being watched by all the racers, and that's the good part. That's what everybody needs to do is get in everybody's business, so nobody
Vinny,
shows up with a surprise under an intake or something going on with the car or purging all the way down the track into your motor as another injector. Okay, all this stuff.
Who does
So
that?
pick somebody that likes gray
man,
area.
man,
That
Vinny,
you
you got
know,
some good ideas.
oh, I can literally we can throw the kitchen sink at it. I mean, if I wanted to be that way, I mean, I ran my little tire car with the progressive kit. And this is before. I mean, we were heavily involved with David Vassar and Nitrous Outlet. Um, we were the only car in the country running on a 71 jet. I had a 7149 split. So we were like blowing a lot of nitrous out of the small tire car.
Hey,
So,
Vinny,
but
what would you say the rule package or the setup per the Milan rules that has the advantage right now? What would you say it is? Which combination?
single kit. I still believe
Really?
the single kit. Yeah, because I'm seeing everybody else. If you want to go to see fireworks, I mean, they're throwing titanium going down the tubes, going out the tubes. You can see the shit going, breaking.
What,
I
single
mean,
kit 36 or single kit 40?
no, I'm talking, no, not even single kit 40. I'm talking the dual kit cars are, you know, hurting stuff. I mean, they're pushing it. But the 40 pill cars, basically the 40 jet cars are for the cars that can't get to weight. That's all they are. You know what I mean? And it's referencing the weight, and everybody's policing it. They're on the scale after every pass, just like a PDRA race. There are guys at the scale You don't get on it. You don't go to the next round. I like the self policing. So I mean, you got to do it to make this group grow as a good group. I mean,
You think you need to be self policing for the group to grow?
everybody needs to be in everybody's business, honestly. And if everybody wants this group to grow and have 632 coming down to Florida, have people at Milan, because I mean, expecting myself to be in Florida this winter. I'm doing stuff so I can race down there. So you know, just little things. So we want everything to grow, you know.
So
I a takeaway from what you just said for me, Vinny, is the 40 jet rule provision is for the guys that can't get to weight.
Yeah, I think that's what it is, and that's what they're using.
That struck me as interesting. Do they allow? Is that a mandatory thing? Like, can you run the 40 jet and have 200 pounds of ballast in your car?
Well, I believe you're allowed to have something like 350 by rule. You can't have any more by like boltable ballast. But here's the thing: you can't get penalized, and they can't count any weight if you run heavy parts. Okay, so let's just say if you have a nitrous heater, a bottle holder, the bottom plate, you can have an aluminum one, or bolt, a bar, or you could have a metal 40-pound weight at the bottom of it.
well,
or you could have 4 batteries in the car. I understand. Yeah, I know where you're coming from there. But I'm just wondering, you know, like to try to be more inclusive, let's just say, and a guy's got a chassis that can't get to 25, you know, because I mean, the real deal here that we're trying to achieve is car count. I mean, that's the whole objective that we even started talking on Wednesdays.
Right.
Right. But to be more inclusive of a guy that may feel like he wants to race but can't get to weight, and gave him that extra provisional jet to, you know, bring him in and close the gap on just plain running overweight. That kind of struck me interested. However, I wouldn't want somebody to.
He got
go blank.
He got a phone call.
You got another phone call.
So he didn't put it on do not disturb.
Yeah, you got to tell him
anyway. He never does.
He'll come back.
That's
okay. But when we were discussing with Nicole last week, and she thinks like a lot of guys just don't push their equipment, and they'll run the 2 kit. You know, they'll run a 2 kit car. They won't work on it. But she went back and said that between her and Kyle's car, I think she went 22 or something like that, or 21, and Kyle was 22 or 23. And I think at that point he was on the 44, the single 44 at 2750. They're going to put that car at 2800 and run it 2 races, I believe, at 40, and just to get the information to make sure, you know, it's at that point it's comparable, right? Because is 28 too much? Is 40 too much? It's 40 too much jet. Is it people not going fast because they don't want to work on their stuff, so they get leniency on jet and weight? You know what I mean? And then so let's put it this way: if I gave that rule to Troy in Doug Nichols' car, and he comes out at 2800 with 240s, is Troy going to run 40 something every race?
No, absolutely not.
You know what I mean? But that's stuff we don't know because we don't have that at PDRA. We don't have that information, right?
Right. No, I get you at that, but what they're running, how they're running it, I thought Kyle was running a twin kit on me when he was racing this past race.
He was. But was he on 2 kits?
Yeah, I think he was on 2 kits at like 28 or something like 2850. But I mean, you're moving an extra 300 pounds of weight on these cars. That's a lot of, you know, movement parts, brake. I mean, if you got guys that are comfy tuning 2 kits and hitting it, they're better at it. They get more time. It's just the fact. But you can build a good 632 and be on a single kit. If you can make weight, you'll be fast and you'll be right with them. I mean, look at the other cars in the class. The single kits in the CDRA, you guys are rocking.
Chris, you got anything on this here?
Yeah, I just Googled how to do that. Patrick's ready to throw up over there. Like, man, what? This guy's a freaking idiot.
Nah, it's good.
Smartest dumb person in the world.
Computer guru.
I couldn't agree more.
Right?
I'm not sure which part, but
You got anything else for Vinny?
No, I am just happy to see him back at the racetrack. I wish I was there with him. Hopefully, hell, I would have been there this weekend too if all goes
I
well.
mean, I appreciate it. I wish that I could make, could have been out sooner. Oops, hang on. That one's fine. It's been getting scratchy. I would have been done sooner, but between me getting sick and other stuff going on, logistics and stuff, getting parts, and Jessel was a tough one to get a hold of. We had to have a whole new can made, stuff that we didn't expect to have happen. But
hey, Vinny, I don't know if you already covered it or if you care to share. But like Patrick said, glad to see you back out. You've always been a big supporter of the class and a fun guy to have in the pits. New engine combination. I know you switched it up a lot, just observing from the outside. Do you care to share any dyno numbers or any results of what you've done so far?
well, dyno numbers. It's basically where we were at. We were a lot of fat on the dyno, and we ran it for braking and time allowing. We didn't get like full. So we basically set the rings at the track, making non-nitro bolts. So it was a little old school. It's comparable to Nicole's motor a little bit more. And it's a 632 by Vince Corey, Corey Racing, out of Kalkaska, Michigan. He's an old school pro stock racer. Builds good quality engines. Very happy with the work and the thoughts. I've learned a ton from him. It's a 632, 11 degree, single kit. It's a 10400 Dart HRE intake with good old kitchen faucet carburetors. So AED. So and and nitrous outlet leak.
Very nice.
So yeah, 15 and a half to 1 compression. So it's good what we need. It just needs me to get the transmission and everything else up to speed of it. But we're close.
Good deal.
First round at Milan, we replaced the fluid in the transmission. It locked the converter up. So now we have the right, I believe, a good number stator, and, with the converter and everything in new fluid. So, but that was my fault. It was a maintenance thing. I was trying to get the car out, and I didn't think of it. I figured, it was clean, everything was good. And we made one pass, and Jamie was like, either your fluid's low or it's bad. And sure enough, it was bad. So I felt like an idiot, I tell you.
Okay. Hey, Vinny, thanks for joining us tonight.
Thank you.
Good luck this weekend. I hope there's only 24 cars and you're number 24 pro mod there. Vinny's looking for some help. If someone wants to help him and reach out to him, we're going to switch gears now, Vinny. Appreciate for joining us. We're going to switch gears to another topic. We're going to drop you off and move in that direction.
Okay.
Once again, thank you very much, sir, for joining us, and we can't wait to race with you again here shortly.
Oh, I can't wait to race, and don't worry, we're going to bring this class up, and everybody, it'll be good to see.
All right. Have a great night.
All right, guys. Have a great night. Bye.
So, Jason, word on the street is there's something new. There's something big coming to the 632 group.
Well,
do you care to share?
Yes, I do. I do care to share. So last week's show, this started 2 shows ago. We got with uh, Troy, and he was up at Milan, and we started talking about some stuff and about the Milan race, and then they had the race that weekend. We kept up with it, and I posted during through the whole race what was going on, and some stuff didn't quite make sense. And then the next show we had Nicole Liberty on, and we talked about some stuff with her, and we've been chatting back and forth through text messages over the week, and I just hit Patrick up and I said, listen, I talked about it before, and I think this is something we need to do. I touched a little bit earlier on. I said, I've been looking at a lot of stuff, and we touched we talked about this on the show, that maybe everybody should have a Milan deal where Milan's got their own 632, and maybe someone in North Carolina does a 632 class at one of the tracks there and get 632 going again. There's a lot of cars sitting. I get every car can't run the PDRA schedule. A lot of guys can't take a week out of work, 8 weeks a year, and I understand that. And and Nicole talked about how their deal is like Friday afternoon. They call it a test qualifying thing because they chip draw. And from there, they race Saturday, and they were on their way home by 3:00 on Saturday. Very appealing to a local racer, as me looking at it, blah, blah, blah. And we used to have so many 632 cars here that I figured, my plate ain't big enough. So let's promote and bring 632 back to Florida. So I got with Patrick and we talked about some stuff. Everybody, that's what the logo is about. We're going to bring 632 back to Florida. We're going to be the Southern Outlaw 632 class. We're going to follow rules that we've pretty much gone through. I looked at a lot of them. They're not solid at the moment, but they'll be. Do we have a picture of that?
Yes, sir.
We do. The rules are going to be pretty simple, and as I like to keep rules simple, but there'll be an NA 632 car. I think it's 2,200 pounds. We're going to keep the PDRA car at 36 jet, and at 2550, we'll keep that 40 jet the single kit car 40 jet. 44 jet at 2750. I'm banging numbers.
Hang on 1 second. I'll get it up.
And then we're going to do the 2 kit car at 2,800 pounds with 240s. The stipulation is we're supplying the jet. That is it. You're going to come just like PDRA. You're going to go to tech. You're going to come to tech. You're going to be front end off. You're going to get your jets. When you go out first round, you will hit the scales, take your jets out, and give them back. I'm not going to do something that, as I proclaim, the Wild West of jets. So that's the rule. They're up there on the screen. A little too small for me to read with my glasses. But we're going to give you, an adder. You'll get an adder for 4-speed for 25 pounds. 5-speed is 50 pounds. No lockups. It's just basic rules. These are just preliminary. Yeah, that word there. Rules.
Preliminary.
Yeah, I'm tired. I'm on the other side of 14 hours already of work. Of rules, they'll change as we go. I got with David Pike earlier this week. As you know, when everything happened last year, and we were the 2 classes, the 550 class and 632 was uninvited last moment to the World Series, the Winter Series, we like to call it.
Snowbirds.
I got with him.
The correct answer.
I got with him last year, and he was going to take his group and have a meeting, and at the current PDRA rules, we weren't going to get any cars to come race down and race in Florida. Never mind have out of town cars come down. That's just for a lot of people, like the Michigan people, they got to come through mountains in the snow to get here. So they basically would have to get here, find a place to leave their shit for X amount of races, and then go home. Tracks we're looking at would be Orlando, Bradenton, Gainesville, South Georgia. I was hung up on 6 races. I thought six races sounded pretty cool, but then when you add 8 PDRA races, if you're a PDRA racer like me and Patrick, then you're going to be up to 14 races a year. So no, we'll probably do a 3 minimum, maximum 4 race series. As I spoke with David Pike, we'd like to jump in on something. He does have a 550 race. I believe he said November, the first week in November. David, if you're still on, you can chime in on the comments when it is. I'll repeat it out there. First week in November, he's doing it at Bradenton with on a test and tune night. We did look at Orlando is still open. They don't have nothing for the 632 class for the world. What's that? What do they call that one? World Street National.
World Street Nationals.
Yeah, World Street National. I get that between that and U.S. Street Nationals. So the World Street Nationals, they don't really have anything there. Maybe it's a possibility to get in there. David said November 1st. So, like I said, it's all preliminary. We want to get your input in, and we're going to move forward with this. We already got people talking sponsors already, and this all happened. Please, everybody. We put the thing out, like the worst thing I said to Patrick is let's put that logo out there and just leave it at that and see what happens. And my phone blows up all day and I got shit done. But it is what it is. I'm the necessary evil to my own self. I'm very excited about this. Just to have a place to race all winter and not have to drive. For me and Patrick, every drive is 15 hours. So just to go across the state 4 hours and I can, show up on Friday, come home Saturday and be in my own bed on Saturday night is something great for me. And it also gives the other people up north to come down and have a vacation in warm weather. So we're going to work closely with David as much as we can to keep the 550 and the 632 together. I think the 2 classes together, going to a track to jump in on a promotional thing that they already have is a great idea. We'll research for more sponsors. Obviously, I'll be looking for a nitrous jet sponsor, and whoever else we can get, we'll gladly take. We got numbers already. What pretty much the payout's going to follow 632. Patrick, correct me if I get any of this wrong. 5,000 to the winner, 2,000 to runner up. Semifinals is it 1,500 or 1,000?
1 minute, I can tell you.
I think it's and that'd be the payout schedule on it. David Cook has come on board. He races 632 with us in PDRA. He's come on as the supplier of all the banners, stickers, all the print stuff, shirts if we need them. So he's on board with it.
So Jason, just where you're catching your thought. So our preliminary payout schedule based off of turnouts and or sponsorships to make sure that we don't want to say, hey, we're going to give you this if we can't afford it, right?
Yeah.
But we want to make sure it's fair across the board. So the winner was our projected to be 5,000. Then the runner-up would be 2,000. The semifinalist was 750, and the quarters were 250. Pretty much based on the same, similar to the PDRA. So holistic total fund would be $9,500 total purse. Plus we have, do we do number one qualifier type deal or something like that? There's still a lot of things to be worked out, but there's a lot to do with it.
And as you brought up the number one qualifier, so we'll do a qualifying run just for qualifying points, but there is no ladder. This is going to be a chip draw. you'll be able to call out first round only. And from there, it'll be a chip draw all the way down to the last 2 cars. The lane choice will be decided by the color that I choose of that race before the initial first chip draw. So we got 12 cars. 12 cars show up at the staging lanes, and I go red's got, red's got lane choice. That's it for the race. Whoever gets red is get a chip draw. Now, if we have a bye, the only one race is going to get a bye. If there's, you know what I mean, and if it's only an odd number, since it's a chip draw, there's only going to be one bye, no matter how you look at it. So we're going to have first round will be a bye, and then right after that it should be all even numbered right to the end. Let me see. I'm reading what Nick's got on there. Nick's offering if he needs anything, he wants to get involved to help us grow. So I think we can. I think with that rule set, we can bring back a lot of cars. It obviously would help with everybody. Could email me. My email will come up here in a short bit. But any questions or ideas, email me at gladiatorxracing@yahoo.com, and that's the best way. I can't consume up so much time between a live feed and work and everything else I got going on. I only got so many minutes in a day left over, but I'll deal with everything from in the initial part through email, and then as it progresses forward, then we'll get more personal on phone calls and stuff like that. So basically right now, that's where everything stands. We got good momentum in 4 days that we decided that we're going to do this. And I actually lied. It wasn't even 4 days. We decided this last night. and we just, everything went into motion. As a matter of fact, one person said, I don't know why you're calling me so late. What was going on? I go, this thing started and it just went full bore yesterday, and I haven't stopped. So
Jason hasn't stopped thinking about it. I don't know if he's got any work done. So one thing we do, Chris is like, no, he ain't getting no work done. We do have a tech. So we do have a tech director for making sure that we follow our rule set, making sure we're pinned and sealed. So who's our tech director?
Vinny Larrosa.
So y'all know him. So very well. And Chris, you said you wanted to get on that too.
I would be glad to be involved and just to whatever capacity. I just love the category wherever you need help, whether it's running the staging lanes or tech or whatever. I'm in.
Okay.
So,
or can I announce?
you do like to talk,
and you know what? Here's the thing, and that's something, and I got to educate myself a little bit more about a lot of stuff on this. I'm a racer, you know what I mean. I'm not a promoter. I guess I'm trying on a new pair of shoes, so there's going to be a little bit of bumps and lumps, and please be gentle with me, guys and girls. I always give everything 100% on everything I do, but I got to get educated on some stuff on it. You know what I mean? And like the announcing part is like a lot of people don't understand. A colorful person, Chevy Floyd, is one of the greatest announcers that's not even popular to announcing. When that kid comes up at a PDRA event and he gets the mic, it's like he's better than people that get paid. You know what I mean?
Because he understands what's going on in front of him.
It's kind of like, and I'll throw this one out there is Kayla Martin. She's a driver, but you put a microphone in her hand and she's got it. She knows what she's doing. She knows what she's saying. She doesn't make the mistake. She's educated, and drivers respect her because she's a driver.
Right.
So it is a lot to it. And I'm probably going to lean on David Pike here because he's been got a good 8-9 months head start on us with this deal. And and if we have to do, I'm willing to do, if we have to do a whole deal ourselves and we can help getting it funded, we'll do our own whole show. I mean, jet cars, whatever we got to do.
And that's the thing, Jason, right? So right now our focus is to work with someone who already has an event.
Yes.
So it's cheaper on everyone to the race with small sponsors to promote the class. If we can't get in with some of the races that's already going. The next goal is to actually host an event completely for a single day event. It would be a Saturday qualifying or runs, then elimination same day. And that's our goal to get this started. Hopefully with a event that's already going on, and we can just be able to join them. If not, we will host our own event, rent the track, and do everything we have to do to show everyone in the world what's the best classes out there, and get some racing and have some fun.
Now, in all this that went on today, I believe it was David Fallon. David, if I'm right about this, let me know. Did you not say it would be a good idea to have a North versus South championship?
You took the words out of my mouth.
He said that, yes.
That's a great idea.
Hold on a second. I'm gonna find his post. He said "dipshits of the North" or something. I can't remember exactly what.
Was it "dipshits of the North"?
Well, I think that the Milan deal is kind of a regional deal. It draws from guys in the surrounding areas. And I really think our deal in Florida had always been that way too. And then, if we could do some sort of north-south rivalry, I think it would be great to meet on common ground at some point late in the season and battle it out for maybe some big money, like the Shameless Racing North versus South shootout or something to that effect.
I'm trying to find his post from earlier.
But I seen that. I was like, man, you took the words out of my mouth, right? I mean, that'd be great.
That's a great idea.
And he's like, somewhere in the middle. I'm like, it's going to be cold somewhere in the middle by the time we get there, unless we did it like it be tough to do it for us by the time, however we work the schedule out. We got to be ready to race PDRA by March, right? So they move the schedule up this, and hopefully the Northern Hillbillies, that's what he called it. Come race us Northern Hillbillies. So I looked at the rule set, and I think it makes it fair for some of the PDRA guys to come down. And
let's go to Dragway 60. Be perfect.
I don't know where that is, so you have to educate me on that.
Kentucky.
Okay.
Kentucky.
Yeah.
That's a
he said hillbilly. He said hillbilly, made me think about Kentucky.
So moving forward, we're going to concentrate on this and our PDRA stuff. And believe it or not, this all stemmed from a conversation with Jason Harris when he said, "Just don't focus on PDRA." My mindset in life is always, I don't depend on anybody to do something for me. I depend on myself. And over the years, we struggled, worried if we're going to have a place to race. And listen, if I race during the summer and it's PDRA, that's great. If we all worried last year PDRA was going to go away. There was a bunch of us worried that we had cars and total homes and stacker trailers that were going to be sitting because we had no place to race.
Building a brand new engine and not knowing if I'm just wasted 100K.
You were sweating that, right? I went
100.
through that. You were sweating it, and so I think the rule set's pretty fair. I think we can move on from there. Mr. Swallow, you're correct. 632 is a great class, and it's very manageable, and I appreciate it. You know what I mean? Everything you've done for 632 over the years. You were a big sponsor and advocate for 632.
Made all the spinner money chasing him.
Yeah, right. David Fallon said early in Florida summer, in Michigan fall would be midpoint. So I think we're going to take, going back to the rule set a little bit, we'll probably base it off the points off of PDRA just because it's easier. You'll get the qualifying points. Number one gets, out of 16 car field, number one will get 16, number 16 gets number one, and that'll just be the qualifying points. It's not a ladder. From there on, it'll be 100 points a round, only because it's simple math. If somebody's at 700 and you're at 300, he's 4 rounds ahead of you. Only having 3 or 4 races, it'll be a quick season, and then we'll talk about like some kind of championship type thing as time moves on, and hopefully we get this up and running and we can do this. You know what I mean? I am totally stoked about it. It just consumed me today. I mean, last night I must have sent Patrick 6 logos from wherever I found them, and he whacked me back with one. I was like, okay. And then before I even got a chance to say, hey, that can we put orange in there? Because orange is my color and it's not red. I send it off to the Sticker Boy in Sarasota, and Sticker Boy made me, which is Ryan Beckley. Sticker Boy made me 2 big logos and a bunch of 5-inch ones to hand out when we get to Maryland. And I was like, I didn't even think about it. Should change that red to orange. So we'll have to do a little. Come on, man, it's got to be orange.
What is orange? First of all,
it's orange or orange.
Yeah, in the north south race, who are you going to race for?
Who, me?
Yeah.
I'll be like Dr. Jekyll, Mr. Hyde. That's all I can say. But please, guys, just email me and we can look at what you want. I'm pretty set on the rules. I'm not going to add crazy combinations. I'm not going to have. I was even at PDRA. I was for simplifying. If your car don't quite fit, I don't know what to tell you. I mean, 2,800 pounds and giving you the 240s. I think that's what the biggest thing everybody was bitching about in Florida. The single kit at 40, 2750, that still helps out the heavy car. Go from there. And I'm going to work closely with Kyle and Nicole on the weights and what they're running. They're doing a bunch of information stuff for us on how the weight stuff breaks out with the horsepower. And we'll go from there.
One thing I'd like to add real quick, Jason, guys that are listening and forming their opinions and rebuttals and all this stuff, play along. I mean, we're really running out of places to race. It isn't going to be perfect, but it's going to be a great option.
Shit.
That's what I can say.
Because that's what we're going to do.
Nothing's ever perfect. Nothing fits your car to the T, but it's going to give us another great avenue regionally to race and get these cars out there and give everybody a shot to join in on the fun.
Yep. I mean, it's going to take everybody's help to get it going. I mean, so the first race, I hope I got off my head. I came up with 14 cars that are in this area that should be racing. And I'm adding a couple of cars in there that I know that'll come down, PDRA cars that'll come down, and but other than if I took those numbers out, we should still have at least 8 cars, if not 10. So if we can get that number show up at Mr. Pike's DRC event, that'd be great. November 1st, we're already done racing PDRA at the end of September. It'd be, November 1st and November, I think it's the 10th is PRI. So it's plenty of time in between,
That's a Sunday.
Is it?
Question, Dave. That's a Sunday.
So, so I mean, we can get some cars together and we can do this and we can get it done. I'll work digitally to get everything going. Maybe for David's DRC event, if that would be the first one. And we'll keep everybody posted. I mean, just keep following 632 for the updates on it, or Gladiator X, because we cross share everything on those two pages. Probably wear some of you people out if you're following both, and we apologize, but there's a lot of people that don't follow both. We're not going to do another Southern Outlaw 632 page. I don't think at the moment right now. Once it gets up and running, then maybe.
I'll have the website up in the week.
Yeah, Mr. Computer Guy there. So
I'm still trying to figure out do not disturb, and he's making a website while we speak.
So you're right, he kills you.
So
Hey,
cheap.
listen, I got in a jam
cheap.
over not reading an email right, and I didn't know that there's a setting on your phone that groups them all together because I had a lawyer call me. I sent you an email. I go, I look at it, it's the same one. She's like, what do you mean? I go, yeah, I opened it up, it's the same one. And I says, but I finally found I had to scroll all the way to the bottom. She says you have you got the setting on your phone, you got them in group.
Mm-hmm.
I'm like, who knew that? She goes, oh, it came out with some new
Not me.
update. Da, 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 da. And I'm like, yeah, whatever. Yeah, that cost me $1.4 million.
Yeah, those settings cost issues.
Right? I was like, damn. David said yes, it is a Sunday.
Yep.
Okay. So a Sunday race. And what track's that at, David? That's Bradenton, right?
BMP.
Normally it is.
So it's a Sunday. So is Monday a holiday?
No. So
No, but this Friday is, folks.
Yeah. All right.
It is.
My other friend that works for the government, side note, he's all done today. Patrick.
Patrick, do you have Friday off?
I am off until
He's off. And then
first.
they got some other deal. If they put like so many hours in, they got another 2 hours off early. Yeah, I heard all about it today.
Interesting.
Jason, are you off for Juneteenth?
No, not at
Okay,
all.
so yeah.
Patrick, are you going to make the November race?
My goal
Bristol.
is to be in Bristol.
Hell yeah. Good.
Okay. So
that's my birthday weekend. I want to party and have fun and race cars. So
the food's on Ed McLemore in Bristol. Yes, it's races in Bradenton, and he said we can come in on Saturday and park.
I like the logo. I like the logo, by the way, guys. Good job.
Thank you. Oh, thanks. Actually, it was all Patrick. All Patrick. So that was the big announcement for today. And I don't want to, anybody from PDRA that's listening, we're not doing this to break away from PDRA. We're just doing this so we got something to do in the hot, sticky months in sunny Florida when everybody else is in snow and we're still in shorts. We're doing this because we enjoyed the winter series and we didn't get invited back. And we went and looked just before the show started, and all they got up there is the snowbirds for the schedule. So I don't know anything that's happening with the snowbirds or the winter series, because by now we usually start hearing stuff because it's a big event and it's like crickets. So I don't know if West Buck is doing it, not doing it, what's going on there.
And I'll be honest with you, this may be a better fit rule set wise for one of those winter series types of races, whether it be Orlando or the Bradentons or whatever, just to draw in more cars. Because I saw the car count dwindle as we went to the single jet, moving away and getting more specialized towards, quote, the PDRA rules or whatever. I think, last time we did run at Bradenton for the Snowbirds or the US Street, we only had 7 cars, all of them from the state of Florida. I really think this might be a little bit better rule set to draw the car count. So that, like you said, you're not going against the PDRA. You're just trying to give the racers that have a car like this more avenues or more choices to race it.
Right. And you're right. I think it will. And I think if we can, as a group collectively, hopefully do better than the PDRA dinner call out. If we can go into, David's race and say, hey, Dave, we got 12 confirmed cars, we got 10 confirmed cars, whatever we got. And I get that maybe we got 12, 11 show up. I get that, right? Somebody can't make it for whatever reason, but as collectively as a group, we all have to work together to make this work. It just can't be on, 3 guys on this screen. We do a dinner. You guys hear about the dinner. It's a great thing. Try to get people to respond to a head count So the people who are cooking and buying crab cakes that cost an arm and a leg just to reply to it, because we have a Race 632 page, we have a WhatsApp page for a Pro 632 owners group. We have, Gladiator X. We got all this stuff, and it's not that hard. Just say, yeah, I'm coming, 6 people. You know what I mean? So, moving forward to get this going, if we're going to do the DRC race, we can pencil that in as a good race to go. Move forward to with David. I'll get with David, see what the requirements are on Southern Outlaw for us to be there. What he needs from myself and Patrick, and then we'll move that on to the group, and it'll be another discussion, and everything will be on the show. So the show will continue as PDRA, and the show will also cover Southern Outlaw, and it'll also cover Milan and any other group that wants to come in and be part of 632 in their representative state. Just let us know, and we'll bring it on. This is just not for PDRA. This is for all of 632 everywhere.
I mean, it says, the top there, it says race 632 because we want to race 632, whether pro, outlaw, whatever you want to call it. That's what we want to do and represent it in that form and fashion.
And, Patrick, a lot of, and Chris really knows of this, a lot of what came out of this was something that I was trying to get. I'm not a rule maker at PDRA. I just have friends who make rules. And I tried to go to the chip draw to make it more appealing to the crowd. I tried to knock out the, 4 rounds of testing, 3 rounds of qualifying, and then, the top dog gets the little guy and he gets a free run because you got a 414 car racing a 430 car. The poor guy gets knocked out every first round and he's happy. You know what I mean? He's happy to be racing at his age, and the other guy gets a freebie, and that's another 100 points that you can't get ahead. You can never catch him because he's always going to get the old man all the time. So that's why I wanted to do the chip draw, and then once you see how Milan did it, it was a no-brainer for me to so to speak push my own agenda, in this. So other than that, Chris, you got anything you want to add?
No, I'm stoked. I'm excited about it. It feels a lot like the way this deal started, which, Patrick, Jason, and I were all around 15 years ago when we get promoted the 632 deal to even be something. I like it. It's grassroots. It can be one day in and one day out. You don't have to dedicate virtually a week away from homework or family to go racing and still scratch your itch for some competition. So I like it. I like the idea. I like the format, and it gives you multiple venues. You can run at the PDRA level, but then here's some grassroots stuff to also run if you're not quite, that dedicated, let's just say.
Yeah, and the biggest thing go back to what Vinny had said earlier. Everybody looks for that steel roof quarter car to get the break, and here's Kai Kelly, and himself, and I mean, there's a few steel quarter cars out there that are fast. Norman's car's fast. Fig's car's fast.
Norman's car's fast.
It is.
That car is fast.
Yeah. Yep.
Well, he could run on the Yankee side and bring it to the North-South shootout at the end of the year. It'd be perfect.
Right. So that's all I got for the announcement, everybody. I appreciate all the comments that came on.
Now Nauman had both motors for sale. Maybe he's going to pull that ad down now that we got this.
If he's listening, share the show, people. Everybody that's commented and everything. If you share it, other 632 people they'll hear it and it'll just grow. The biggest thing that we found is everybody sharing everything. A lot of people don't do it. They don't understand the impact of it. But if you share it, it gets out there. That's how people go viral. I don't care to go viral. I just care to go racing with a good group of people and have cars. That's all I care about. So I'm done. I've had enough. I want to call it a night. I greatly appreciate everybody's participation tonight. Big shout out to ProCom ZLS as always. Redline Oil, Amsoil, Strange Engineering, Mark Williams. Remember, some manufacturer will be looking for some stuff. We need a nitrous jet supplier if we can find one. If not, I guess it's going to come out of Uncle Jason's pocket. And I guess I'll get enough for 10 cars, right? I mean, the killer would be the 2-kit car, but that's 20 jets. You know what I mean? More than 20 jets.
Vassar, be looking for a phone call.
Yeah. So
Yeah. Doug Motion Doug will be calling.
Right.
Get ready.
You're on now. The term I hate. You're on notice. And if anybody else wants to get involved in this on a ground level, it'd be great. And I'll say this again, I'd love to continuously do something with the 550 guys. If there's a group of top sportsman guys or top dragster guys, because they got booted out of the World Series or the Winter Series, come on all in. You know what I mean? We'll take it all. So we'll go from there. All right, guys. Thank you very much. Thanks for everybody's help on this, and we'll see you all next week. Actually,
That's
next
right.
week we'll be at Maryland International Raceway.
Y'all have a great night.
Hey, we all didn't even touch on who was going to win and not win on that deal. So we'll do that next Wednesday.
That's a good topic for next week. Hey, quick question though, is the bounty went up to like $400. Where is it at now?
We're still at 400.
Okay. All right.
Yeah,
Y'all have a good night. Till next week.
All right. Good night, guys. Thank you.